coyotes. Today we're back up at the Big Bear Zoo to learn more about the zoo's mission and some of their crazy critters. Check this out.
Ducks, Canada goose, and 2 sandhill cranes. All compatible. They were living in separate enclosures at the old zoo. So this is designed in mind to give them all personal space. The geese and the goose and the ducks can be in this pool, and the cranes can be in the front of the pool. There is an inconvenient barrier for the cranes, so they can be in the pool at the same time.
Okay.
The ducks and the geese can go in the back, the cranes can be in the front. Nobody's going to bug anybody. Some of the shade structures are great for the little smaller animals over there, and then the cranes have the larger structure over there. They all get along great, except for this guy. He really doesn't do much. He just sits there a lot of the time.
Isn't that fake?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Learn to survive in any environment, kind of similar to coyotes. Really good at adapting and using their brains. The kind of came to us, he was way too comfortable around people. So he came to us from animal control, actually down the hill more towards the coast.
Oh, wow.
And he is going to be introduced to these 3 over here, which are all out of sight right now, probably in the shade.
They're in that back enclosure. If you kneel down, you can see one of them back in the. You see it back there? Oh, so they're going to become a little.
They're going to become a little group. Yeah.
Nice.
But he's a sweetheart. He's a really,
so cute.
Really great fox. So red foxes are actually European. They're not indigenous to this property. They were brought to the United States for hunting because of fox hunts. So they were introduced, and of course they're doing really well.
Sure.
Where gray foxes are found in this area, all over the United States, well, in the cooler climates, and they're more arboreal, so that's why they have the shells and the logs to climb. You can see one back there. They're also a little bit smaller, and they're 3 in here. And so we always give them as much choice as possible. That's why these are back. You actually smell foxes. So they have choices. They can come in, they can go outside in their enclosures, they can go in the box, wherever they want to be. This is designed for them, not necessarily for the guests, but when they're comfortable, they're much more visible. So that's one of the things that's really cool about this zoo is we are so well supported in the community. All the browse you see in the different enclosures are brought to us by tree trimming services, and they donate them. And so there's a lot of work involved with you know, trimming trees and stuff, and so we get the browse. They don't have to necessarily take them to the dump. It saves us effort because we don't have to go get them. It saves them effort because they don't have to take them to the dump. It saves the environment because what we do with these is after we use them, we'll cut them up into little pieces and we'll chip them. And so it helps keep them out of landfills as well. Absolutely. So it's kind of a win-win-win-win.
Symbiotic relationship there.
Yep.
Very nice.
And crows, these are ravens. We have crows down a little bit further. These are our males, these are our females. Again, separate enclosures in the old exhibit, the old zoo, but because the exhibits are bigger and it was a neutral territory, we introduced them here, and they all get along really well. Females on one side, males on the other. We tried different combinations historically, haven't had success. So when we got them in these compatible groups, we said, okay, that's good. If it works, don't fix it.
So what is the difference between crows and ravens?
Primarily size, and also distribution. So up here at Big Bear, you're not going to find crows. It's a colder climate for them. The larger ravens are found up here. So if you see a black bird that's large in Big Bear, it's going to be a raven. Crows they're both corvids, so they're found almost everywhere, but when it starts coming to altitude, that's when you get the larger animals and the ravens. In here, we have crows. You can see the size difference. These guys are a lot smaller. We also have a turkey vulture and his lunch. And in this exhibit also is a yellow-bellied marmot. And if you see him, it's really good luck because he likes to sleep during the day. He's about the size of a groundhog, and he tends to sleep in that log and in this log down here. So
it looks like a Goldie mixed with a German Shepherd.
he was a legally kept pet.
Oh.
And he was found on the border. He was tied to a post. And we thought he was a hybrid between a dog and a coyote. We did genetic testing on him, and he is 100% coyote. But we think he is a cross between an eastern and a western coyote. So, not a true hybrid, but a cross between the two different distributions. Came to us from a breeder, actually. And a lot of wolves are used in movies. This breeder was a breeder for movies, and they had a couple of wolves that they didn't necessarily work out for them. And so we took them in, and the wolves were compatible for breeding. We had a breeding permit at that time, and so the last 4 wolves here are the remaining 4 from a litter of 9 that were born. Mom didn't do such a great job, so we hand raised them. They became imprinted. They're not really, you can't be released. They are great animals for educational purposes, and it's great to talk about wolves. Wolves are one of the most mysterious animals. A lot of people think they're very dangerous to people. There's very, very, very few documented attacks by wolves. So a lot of people get upset, you know, they read the story about, you know, Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, and the 3 Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. So they've been portrayed as these vicious, aggressive animals. Even if you think about Beauty and the Beast, he was attacked by wolves. They really don't have any interest in that. They know what they like to eat. Sometimes they get in trouble with livestock, but again, they don't take that much. They're intimidated by people. They want to be in the wild. They don't necessarily want to be in people's neighborhoods hunting their children. So,
right. That's the image you get.
Yeah, that's the image. So it's not the case at all.
So we know about the 3 R's.
Correct.
But you want to talk about a 4th R.
Yes, the 4th R is refuse. So if you're buying a product and it comes in a plastic container or it comes in a cardboard box, buy the cardboard box. It breaks down, it can be recycled. Plastic is with us forever. When you're choosing soap, instead of getting body wash, get a bar soap. Bar soaps, again, they come in a box. You can throw the box away, it breaks down. Plastic is with us forever. Laundry detergent, when you're doing your laundry, most of that laundry detergent is water anyway, so buy solid laundry detergent in a box. Use less of it. It's more efficient, it costs less, and again, cardboard's compostable.
And how does that help animals when we refuse?
Great question. Animals live in this planet, and when there's plastics everywhere, it's a huge problem. Plastics are everywhere, microplastics. It breaks down into little beads. It looks delicious. It looks like stuff that they want to eat, and so they ingest this. It fills up their stomach, and they end up starving to death, even though they're full of plastic.
So refuse, everybody, refuse.
Well, that's it for this episode. Make sure you share this video with your friends and you like it on our YouTube channel. And I encourage you, go visit the Big Bear Zoo and see those critters in person. See you next time.